Hello everybody, welcome to your Capital What's Up. I'm Chuck Wiger, your area state senator. Today we're going to learn a lot about the Roseville School District, and we're going to have a member of the school board, Erin Azer, join us. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Good. Erin, you're a member of the Board of Education for the Roseville Area School District. Tell us, what does the school board do?
Wow, that's a big question. And, school board is one of those things a lot of people aren't really sure what the school board does. One of our biggest jobs, though, as a school board is we are the superintendent's boss. We're the only people who are the boss of the superintendent. And he's actually our only employee, or she, depending on what district you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Our superintendent is Aldo Sicoli,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're his boss. Last year we hired him, which was really exciting. Some of the other things that the school board does is we oversee policy. We make sure that we have policies that are going to help our teachers provide the best education for our students, and that our students have a safe, welcoming environment to come to.
And we have a close relationship, the state government and local government, at least we try to be partners. In statute, we say the care, control, and management of the district goes to the local school board. Resources are provided, but it starts though with property taxes and then state support to fund it. We have a number of goals, but it's that elected school board that has to implement the charge. And so about 340 public school districts throughout the state. Roseville has one of the larger ones. The members, like yourself, you're elected. You have how many members?
We have 6 members, which that's one of the questions we get often is, well, what happens when you have a tie vote?
Yes.
And
What happens if there's a tie vote?
I have said that since I've been on the board, we haven't had a tie vote. If it's a tie vote, the motion fails.
Yes.
You need to have a majority for it to pass, so it has to be 4-2. But we haven't had, the chair vote doesn't count for extra or anything like that. But
Yes.
We are fortunate that we haven't had those issues since I've been on the board.
Well, that is fortunate. You try to work ultimately as a team. You need to. Sometimes there might be an impasse on an issue, but you got to ultimately resolve it, just as the legislature and federal government would need to.
Right, and I think it's I think what it indicates is that people are running for the right reasons, and that people aren't running for one issue that they're passionate about, or to it's okay to kind of shake things up, but if that's your entire goal is to kind of create chaos, I think that can cause a problem for a school board, and it's not beneficial for the students either. And we're fortunate in the Roseville area that we haven't had any of those issues. So.
Good. Now, there is the option. You can go to a 7th member with petition and voter approval. Some districts have. I guess it's whatever works, and if it's working for you, don't fix it.
No, I don't know.
Okay. You set priorities in addition to the legislature asking that students graduate, that it's not a mandate, but we want students to graduate. We have compulsory attendance requirements. We have academic standards, and this is all listed online at the Department of Ed. And the Department of Ed is located actually in Roseville. And if you want to get a lot of information, you can go right to your school board, school district website, or to the department website for that. At the legislature, we're talking a lot about the world's best workforce, and we want students ready for K. We want them reading proficient by 3rd grade. We want to close the achievement gap, and that students be college or career ready. That would kind of sum up our expectations. World's best workforce. And what does that mean when we put that in statute as to what you do at the local school district level?
Well, one of the things, those are what you just laid out. That's a lot of what we actually talked about this at our last meeting. We had a meeting yesterday, last evening, that what our objectives were going to be for the year. And what you just laid out, your plan, that's where a lot of our objectives fall into those categories. As far as world's best workforce, one of the things that we were really fortunate about in Roseville area, and just to be clear, Roseville includes Roseville, Falcon Heights, a little snippet of Arden Hills,
Yes.
part of Maplewood, Little Canada, Lauderdale.
Edgerton, by the way, and Maplewood, which is part of my district.
And then a little tiny slice of Shoreview as well. So there's a lot of community in Roseville area schools.
Yes.
And I just want to make sure I'm clear with that
Yes.
one. But the world's best workforce, one of the things we've been fortunate with in Roseville is that we are, we've had some great plans in place already for, evaluating teachers, for example, and principals. And a lot of that is coming out with the world's best workforce, is also making sure that we have the best teachers and principals there, and then the plan that we have for our students going forward. We're really, can I talk a little bit about early childhood?
Yes, please
Okay.
do. And you have a wonderful program. I've visited many times.
Yeah,
actually.
we're really excited about it because we actually had a presentation, I would want to say maybe 2 meetings ago, where the early childhood folks came in, spoke to us about all the exciting new opportunities that are being created in Roseville area. When I went, because I'm a Roseville graduate in the sense that I had children in early childhood, and as we all know, in ECFE, the parent is a part of the program as well.
ECFE being Early Childhood Family Education.
Thank you. It was a wonderful program, and we have a great space, but the program has just exploded. So now they're offering a lot more options for students and for families. We have some Spanish classes, we have some dual immersion classes, really looking at, we're calling it, it's not early childhood anymore, but I think pre-K is, I think, what they're calling it now. They actually even have renamed it to really focus more on 4-year-olds and their learning, and I know that's a big push at the state level as well.
Yeah, the whole emphasis, ready for K, to increase the likelihood that you're going to maximize your opportunities.
And it's one of the things I like to look at is not only getting children ready, but also families ready as well,
Yes.
and making sure that we have families understanding our systems and feeling connected and a part of our P post-12
Yes.
environment, and so that's one of the things we're really excited about, and just really eager to see what happens with that. It's really just, the only way to say it is it's exploded.
Yes.
So we're thrilled.
Okay. And if people can go to school board meetings, read the minutes, the upcoming agendas, they can get progress reports on this or any other issue.
Yes.
So early ed, it's exploding. It's
Yes.
very successful. Obviously, the parents are supportive, and we've got a great relationship going with them. Other key areas that the school board's addressing right now?
Well, and going back to the world's best workforce, and a lot of the things that I'm sure we'll be touching on today, that we have a wonderfully beautiful brochure that's been put together for that you can also find on our website,
Yes.
623's website. So I'll start with, so that was early childhood. Let's go a little
I want to
bit
make sure I get some of those. Because,
yeah, they're really
yes, okay.
really well done. The other thing that's been really exciting, and people may not know this about Roseville area, but one of the things that we're most proud of is the options that we present to families in public education. So we have a K-8 building at Parkview. We have a dual immersion program at Little Canada, and that's a really cool program that's also grown. And what it does is it takes half native Spanish-speaking students and then half English-speaking students, and then it's combined so that these kids learn together, and the Spanish speakers can help the English speakers, and back and forth, and it's apparently one of the best ways to learn a new language. And that's at Little Canada. And it
Great.
started kindergarten, and then every year, of course, they're adding on, and I believe there's a 3rd grade class this year. So we have kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Next year, we'll add on a 4th grade class.
Wonderful.
So that's another option. Harambe is our newest acquisition,
Yes.
and that's a year-long school,
Yes.
which has been really great, and that has a science basis. And then finally, one of the things we're most excited about, and I don't know if you are aware of this, but we have a Spark Magnet School at Central Park. And they have a Spark Lab, which is really focused on STEAM, science, technology, engineering. We add in art,
yes.
and then math.
Yes.
So that's one of our newest things. It's brand new this year. Our Roseville area Rotary was very generous to help us get that started, and we're really looking forward to seeing how that explodes, and we've gotten some neat reports on that as well, and you can also find more information about that on our website.
Well, that's just wonderful progress that you're making.
I know.
And there's so much energy at the school board level, but then ultimately you have parents and staff that are active, in addition to the partners you mentioned, Rotary and that. But at the school building level, I'm sure the principal's going to work closely with the community in their area?
Absolutely. Yes. And oh gosh, I feel like I have so much I want to tell you.
Well, and you do,
Which is
and we'll hit the
good.
highlights.
So yes, and one of the things that's been neat about STEAM is that we're really trying to tell our families about this in the community
Yes.
because there are some kids that are really just craving more science, more technology, and this is a school that they can go to as choice. So we've really gotten a lot of feedback from parents on that, and of course we always try and be open with parents. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is middle level, which of course is my passion. I am a 8th grade English teacher.
Yes.
I teach in 622, which is our neighboring district. I know that's also some of your voters as well.
Yes.
And
North St. Paul, Maplewood, Oakdale
Yes.
district. And
that's
yes.
that district. And so I am the 8th grade English teacher there. I love middle school.
At Maplewood Middle School?
At Maplewood Middle School.
Actually, I went there once upon a time.
Go
so.
Mustangs.
Yes, okay.
So one of the things that we're really working on, middle school has really been a focus of Dr. Sicoli, our new superintendent, really taking a look at our middle school and what can we do to make it a better experience for our students and our families. It's a fine experience now, but there's always things you can do to make it better. Right. One of some of the feedback we got from parents a lot was about gifted and talented programming, and what can we do to offer more challenging, rich programming. We feel that all our classes are rigorous, but how can we make them even more rigorous, or more enriched and deeper, and give some kids some more options. Math, sequential, we have honors classes in math in middle school, but we don't have anything for science or for language arts. And one of the things Dr. Sicoli brought to us is some of the things that he did in Robbinsdale, which is called advanced options.
Yes.
So creating classes that students can, if they want, opt into some advanced options and earn honors designation.
Wonderful.
This is brand new this year. We're working out all the kinks, but as an English teacher, I'm thrilled about this idea. There are times that I will have students come to me and say, I want to be an enriched, and I don't want to ever tell a kid, I'm sorry, you can't do that.
Right.
So this is something I'm really incredibly excited about, and I can't wait to see what happens, because I think if it goes well, we'll have a lot of districts in the area saying, wow, what are you doing? Because we want to make sure all of our kids feel like they can reach for the stars.
Yes.
So.
Well, Erin, it's got to be so fulfilling, growing up in Roseville, serving on the Board of Education, being a teacher as well. Tell us a little bit more about the path you growing up and eventually going to the school board. You went to local schools?
I didn't go to Roseville. I went to Bloomington.
Okay.
And my parents were divorced, so I went to Bloomington schools. My dad grew up in Minneapolis.
Okay.
My aunt has always been a teacher. My father was always a college professor.
Okay.
My other aunt was a teacher, so I grew up in education.
Yes.
When I moved to Roseville, I have to admit this, I know you're a 6'5", but I was a little bit troubled about leaving my 6'12" roots. And so my husband said, you need to get involved in the community.
Yes.
And I agreed, because that was a way to embrace 6'1".
Yes.
So I immediately joined a parks committee. And eventually I was put on the Parks Commission. And from the Parks Commission, people said, hey, you're an educator.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about running for school board?
Yes.
I said, well, yeah, let's do it. And
Yeah.
I did. And I love it. It's been great. And because I'm on the school board, I was put on the State Board of Teaching.
Yes.
I'm also now on the 916 board. And that's been really fascinating too.
916 is the intermediate school, a partnership of 12 or 13 the local school districts, focusing on vocational, special ed, and alternative high school programs. So it's a great responsibility. So thank you.
It is, and I'm new to that board, so I don't feel like I could speak much to it, but it's been wonderful. The first presentation was on literacy, which of course I gobbled up.
Yes.
But one of the things that's neat about being on a school board is it's just regular folks. It's just people who want to give back to their community, and I would encourage anybody out there to join a committee or because there's a lot out there.
Yeah, and if someone wants to contact you, could they by phone or email?
They can by phone or email. It's on the website at 623 as well.
Okay.
All my information is. They can contact me.
Okay.
My Gmail is just erinAzer@gmail.com.
Oh.
It's very easy. So.
Wonderful. And with all these activities, do you have some hobbies or additional things that you're able to help round out?
I do. I have a 7-year-old daughter, Lulu, and a 8-year-old daughter, Ruby. So a lot of my hobbies center around being a mom to 2 kids.
Okay.
But I also like to travel. I have a brother and sister who live in Colorado, so I like to visit them as often as I can. And my family, we like to travel. We like to have dance parties in our living room. We like to read. And I like to
Excellent.
cook, and I have a fantastic family that lives in the area too that we spend a lot of time together.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Erin, thank you so much for your service on the school board, to the great progress that you're making in the district, to your appointment on the Board of Teaching, the intermediate district, all great signals of how well you're doing and respected in the field as well. And then finally, for being a teacher as well. That is so key to how successful students will be as that effective teacher and working with the parents. So thank you.
Well, and thank you. You're a great champion for teachers and education and families and students, and everybody knows that. And they wanted to make sure that I said it to you because everybody was excited I got to spend time talking to you.
Well, Erin, thank you so much.
you.
And viewers, if you have a question, comment, please contact Erin. I know she'll follow up. And if you want to share any comments with me, suggestions, give me a call or email. My cell phone number is 651-770-0283. With Erin Azer, I'm Chuck Wiger. Thank you very much for watching.